Hello, my name is Coral Gangitano, and I'm a student assistant at the Education Abroad office located at Cal State Long Beach. You may also know it as the Study Abroad office. And you're watching this video because you want to learn more information about studying abroad, and I can't blame you. I studied abroad 3 times, and it's a life-changing experience. So let's get started by watching one of our videos created by another student assistant from our office. Hope you enjoy!
Hope when you take that jump, you don't feel the fall. Hope when the water rises, you build a wall. Hope when the crowd screams out, you're screaming your name. Hope if everybody runs, you choose to stay. Hope that you fall in love and it hurts so bad. Hey, the only way you can know, you give it all you had. And I hope that you don't suffer, but take the pain. Hope when the moment comes, you'll say, I swear I lived. I swear I lived.
Every time I watch that video, it really hits home for me. So I really hope that you enjoyed watching it and that you experience what that video captures. So now we're going to be going over why go abroad. And here are just some things that you should take into consideration. It counts, it's flexible, it's affordable, it's a resume builder, and it's invaluable. Don't worry, I'm going to be going over all of these bullet points in the next slides to come. All the units that you earn abroad go towards your degree at CSULB. We have locations for all majors and minors. Keep in mind that when you go abroad, you usually have to take major or minor courses. Fun fact, GE courses don't exist in other places in the world. So that is why you have to stick to your major and minor classes. We also have students that go abroad on certain programs to take GE classes, which I'll go over those ones. And then finally, we do have students that study abroad just for elective credits. Every major at CSULB needs elective credits in order to have enough credits to graduate. So we highly encourage that you go abroad and you take classes that you want to learn more about. While you're at those destinations, we guarantee that they are taught in English. Don't worry, you're not going to be put in some random classroom and all of a sudden they're speaking Chinese to you. We will ensure that you have signed up for the right classes. Also, something that's really exciting is that some locations have internships. Many majors at our campus need internships to graduate, and this is a great way to hit those requirements. Fun fact, studying abroad is actually really flexible. So listed right here are the different program types that we offer at CSULB, and I'll be going in depth of each one of them. So the first one we'll be going over is the CSULB International Programs, also known as the IP programs. And these are either an academic year long or a semester long. And what makes these programs really stand out to our students is that all 23 Cal State campuses can participate in these programs. So you're not going to be just going with CSULB students. There's a possibility that you're going with Cal State Fullerton, Dominguez Hills, etc., etc. This is a great way to learn a new language and get immersed in the culture. You're there for a year. Trust me, you will learn a lot about your surrounding environment. Then also keep in mind that the application deadlines are different for academic year, calendar year, and semester. If you didn't know already, academic year is when you go for fall and spring, and calendar year is when you go abroad for a whole year. Some example destinations are listed below, And a lot of people usually pick these types of programs when you specifically want to go to a place. This is the program for you. So definitely take a look at them. The next program is the CSULB Semester Exchange Programs. When you typically think of studying abroad, like going to another country, going to a university over there, this is the program that you are thinking of. So these can be done for a semester long and can be done in spring or fall. Please keep in mind that semesters in other countries have different start and end times with like which months they start. So please check to make sure that you're going the right month you want to go or the right time frame. These programs are unique to CSULB. We have a partnership with them. And so we know where you're going. Then also too, remember how I said GE requirements do not exist in other countries? So this is one of the programs where you'd have to take major or minor requirements or take classes that you would want to receive elective credit for. Now, these programs typically don't have a language requirement, but if you are going to a country that offers you to take that language, I highly encourage it. It's a life-changing experience to be able to learn a new language as fast as you can with being immersed in your environment around you. And the application deadline for this is usually in October or March. It just depends on which semester you are applying for. And listed below are some of the destinations that we offer. The list is continuous. Our next program is the London, Florence, Costa Rica semester programs. These are 3 separate programs that are all offered by our same outside provider called AIFS. And Florence is offered in the fall semester. Florence is in Italy, if you didn't know that. And then London and Costa Rica are spring semester. These programs are affiliated also with Cal State Fullerton, and so you'll be going abroad, depending on the program, with Cal State Fullerton and Cal State Long Beach professors. What makes this program so unique is that you are going with other students from the university. If you were to go on one of the exchange programs that I previously talked about, there's a possibility that you're the only Cal State Long Beach that's going to that university. So if you want to feel more comfortable and less like by yourself, I highly encourage this program for you because you will be in English classes, you'll have our CSULB professors, you'll have like an office that's taking care of you directly connected to the students that are for this program. The application deadline for this varies, so please keep a lookout of when it is. We are actually in control of these programs, so if you find like that you're interested after the deadline of the application, please let us know because we can extend it for you. And this is a great way to go abroad if you need GE requirements and capstones and upper division classes. So like I said, that exchange programs, you have to take major and minor classes. This is not the case for these types of programs. You can take the GE classes, the capstones, and the upper division. We highly encourage these programs usually for transfer students or students that want to get ahead in their upper division classes. And a really important part of this program is that there's the internship option. It's personalized to you and it is life-changing. So fun fact, I've actually went on the Florence program back in 2018, and I had an internship at an elementary school teaching music and English to little Italian kids. I absolutely loved it. And so it's very customizable to you. So if you need an internship to graduate or need something that sets you apart from just saying, oh, I studied abroad, you can do this and say that you've studied abroad and you did an internship. If you do decide that you want to do the internship option and get credit for your major, we just have to get approval from your advisor of what the requirements you need to hit in order for the internship to count. Don't worry, I'll go over all of this. Just please contact me if you have any questions about these types of programs. And you may be wondering how to contact me. Okay, so I am the student advisor for the Florence program. My name is Coral Gangitana, like I said. If you are interested in London and Costa Rica, you're going to be talking to Teresa and Jessica. Both of them went on those programs too. Absolutely enjoyed it. We are all student assistants. We can definitely tell you the ins and outs of how to enjoy the program. Now, if you find that you can't go abroad for a year or a semester, don't be discouraged. We have short-term programs that are offered from our faculty members. Basically what happens is that a faculty member will partner with a study abroad company slash provider and will create a program that's specifically for maybe a class or two. These are taught usually during summer, winter, spring break, or fall break. And program lengths can vary. So sometimes it's 10 days. Yes, 10 days counts and goes to 30 days. I've done 2 short-term programs. I absolutely loved them. One was in Italy, one was in Budapest, Hungary. They're a great way to still be able to get credit over the summer. And sometimes it's cheaper to study abroad on one of these programs than it is to do like a CSULB class um, because summer classes are so expensive. So do keep that in mind. Now, classes for these vary per summer or per term. So just because it's offered one summer, it doesn't mean that it's going to reoccur again. So definitely keep a lookout for these different programs and the different terms that they're offered. And the best way to figure out more information about these programs is to actually contact the professor who is hosting the program. They're going to know the deadlines, the interview process, the application, and everything you need to know to make sure that you get on one of these programs. Last but not least is our virtual internships and study abroad programs online. This is a great option if you don't want to leave America or you find that you want to study abroad but you currently can't because of this whole COVID situation. So a lot of outside companies like study abroad providers are creating this option so you can have virtual internships at the comfort of your home. This is a great resume builder because you could say that you at least had an internship during all of this. And it was virtual, but you still got the experience of working with a company or with a person that's abroad in another country. Then the study abroad programs online are just different classes that are offered. These are a great way to say that you took classes from a different university or a different program, and it'll give you that international experience without leaving the US. Now, I usually get a lot of questions about what are my living options. And most study abroad programs provide housing for students, but not all of them do. And it depends on your program. It's really depends on what program. And I know this meeting is very general, but it's not until you figure out where you're going or what program you're picking until you get into specifics of what you need. So some of the options are on-campus housing, which is usually dorms. Some programs require that international students stay at their dorms. Look out for it on the application on our website. Then some other programs offer apartment style or student shared flats or homestay. If you don't know what homestay is basically where you live in a house with a host family, so a family that currently lives in that country, and they provide meals with you. They provide meals for you sometimes. You're living with a family, so it kind of gives you that home feel. It also looks good that you stay in homestay when you're applying for different study abroad scholarships. That's a fun fact from our study abroad advisor, our scholarship advisor, Linda Olson. I'll show you her contact information in a little bit. And so when you're studying abroad, it's really up to you of how you want to live. But like I said, most of them come with housing or provide assistance in how you want to find housing. We're not going to throw you over in another country and you have to find housing there. We'll make sure that to give you the steps needed to ensure that you find a house or the type of style you want to live in. Now, studying abroad is affordable. A lot of people think it's expensive, but you get a lot out of the experience. So what you need to know is that cost of living is usually the same or as less than living in Southern California. Like if I'm going to study abroad in the UK, it's probably going to be a little bit more expensive than California. But if I go to Budapest, Hungary, minimum wage there is $3. So you could get a whole buffet of food for $7. So definitely look at how much it costs to live in another place. And then most programs that you take that are semester long or year long, you're paying CSULB tuition. So there's not a big gap in taking these international classes. And financial aid will apply while you go abroad. One thing to keep in mind, if you do one of the short-term programs, financial aid doesn't usually apply for over summer, so that won't go towards it. And Scholarships are available if you need them. We do have a scholarship that's just for CSULB students who are studying abroad. It's called the ASI Scholarship. And depending on how long you're going for, depends on how much money you are eligible to receive. Now, where it gets expensive for studying abroad is the supplemental costs. It's the travel and the flight, the travel insurance, and the cost of living, and of course, food. So just keep in mind the cost of living, like do you want to stay at homestay and it be cheaper, or do you want to stay in a dorm style? But all of these costs will be listed on our website. If you click on a certain program, it'll have it all listed of the cost. And if you have any questions about that, please let us know. A huge reason why you should study abroad is that it's a resume builder. So this statistic always blows my mind, but fewer than 2% of US college students study abroad. So there's a lot of professional advantages that set you apart when you're applying for jobs. You're gaining skills while you're abroad, like flexibility, adaptability, problem solving, communication, foreign language skills. And so like I didn't realize till the third time I studied abroad that I was very flexible, being put in like uncomfortable situations. Like, for example, when you're sitting at a restaurant in Europe, customer service is not a thing because you're not, because the employees aren't working for tips. So like in Italy, when you want the check, you have to like raise your hand and say, "Il conto per favore," and then they'll bring the check. But other than that, like when you're sitting in a restaurant in Italy, they don't rush you at all. So it's being able to be flexible in those situations. Also, problem solving is a huge thing while you're studying abroad. There was one, we were warned at like one of our first meetings for when I was studying abroad in Italy. They told us that when you go to the store, you can't just pick up fruit and pay for it, okay? You have to put on gloves, then you have to pick up the fruit, then you have to put it in a bag, then you have to tie the bag, then you have to weigh the bag on a like cool scale thing, then and then you have to read it in Italian and find out which button it is. Then you click on the button and then it prints out this cute little sticker that has the price on it, and you put it on the bag and then you go pay for it. If you do not do that, an Italian will yell at you. So just be prepared for those situations and kind of make it into like a fun game. Don't put so much pressure on yourself because you are learning how to adapt to a new culture. This slide has 3 quotes from students who have previously studied abroad. I'm actually in the middle. Basically, mine goes over how I loved studying abroad and making new places my home. For like, I always liked that by the end of the trip, I could walk around where I lived in the city and not need Google Maps, and I know where to go for the grocery store and everything. So every time I left my study abroad experience to come back home, I wasn't ready to come home. So it's all about finding your home away from home and making you feel comfortable and putting you in weird situations so you can develop these new skills, and that you'll remember this for your whole life. It's an amazing experience. And usually people who complete college, that one of their biggest regrets is not studying abroad. So don't be one of those people that regrets it. So now that you know about all these different types of study abroad programs, you may be wondering, how do I select a program? And these are the questions that I always ask my students when I'm advising them. So first off, are you comfortable with studying abroad in a country where another language is spoken? If you want to be speaking English while you're abroad, go to London, go to Australia. There's no harm in doing that. Now, if you want to learn a new language, I highly encourage that you take a language course while you're abroad. This is a great way to learn the language fast and also be able to speak to locals by the end of the trip. Another question I always ask is, how much do you want to travel or spend on your trip? A lot of people sometimes want to go abroad and go to a different country each weekend. I had girls that did that on my program, so by the end of the trip, they went to 13 different countries. They didn't get to see a lot of Italy, but they definitely got to see a lot of Europe. And so that can add up as a cost expense to a lot of people. So definitely look to see how much you want to travel or what type of spending you want to do on your trip. Now, that kind of leads ways into the next question of what type of experience are you looking for? Are you looking to go abroad and do an internship? Are you looking to go abroad and to travel? Are you looking to go abroad and learn a new language and speak to the locals? So definitely take those into consideration of what experience you're looking for. And then last but not least, but what CSULB credit are you trying to receive towards your degree? Like I said, some programs only are offered for your major and minor class requirements. So look out to see what you can get completed towards your degree. So I've given you pretty much all the tools that you need to select a program. So here are guided steps to what you need to do next. First off, you need to research a program. Go on our website. There's a search tool engine that makes you search by your major, your minor, your destination that you want to go to. The list is endless. And so you'll be able to research different programs. And then once you have a country picked or a program picked or a university picked, that's when you want to contact a study abroad advisor. We recommend that you pick a country at least before you contact a study abroad advisor, because the study abroad advisors are broken up by different countries. So we want to make sure you're talking to the right person. Then once you've contacted your study abroad advisor, then you are going to start the application process. If you start the application on one program and then decide that you want to switch it to a different program, that is an easy switch. But definitely keep in mind the different deadlines and the scholarships, of course. Do not miss those deadlines. And our office location is in the Foundation Building, room 185. But if you want to get in contact with us, the best way during all this is contacting us by email through studyabroad@csulb.edu. We'll answer all your questions and help you through there. So you may be freaking out now and be like, I have all these steps, but how do I contact the advisor? Where are their emails? Don't worry, they're listed right here. Like I said, they're broken up by country, so please look to see which advisor is for which country. And then Linda Olson at the bottom is the one that you want to contact for scholarships. And listed below again is our email. That is the best way to contact us. Remember, the biggest thing when you contact these advisors is please have a country already picked and do your research of what type of programs you want. And go through your mind of what those answers to those questions that I asked in the previous slide. But I am so excited for you to study abroad, and you've completed this video, and I'm really excited for you to study abroad because it is a once in a lifetime experience. Bye.